We met in the schoolyard when we were 6, arguing over who got to use the swing first. She was bold and loud, with scraped knees and an untamed spirit. I was her opposite, quiet, reserved, always holding a book and with hair combed to perfection. Within days, we were inseparable. We shared everything: recess, homework, secrets, even our wildest dreams. We invented games where we were runaways or princesses rescuing each other. We played house with bedsheets for dresses and rings made of string. No one ever told us it wasn't normal, and even if they had, we wouldn't have listened. Our bond grew as we did. Through our teenage years and into adulthood, Camila remained my constant. She brought me ice cream when I had my first heartbreak. I stayed at her house for weeks when her dad got sick, holding her through the grief. But everything shifted the night we were 17. She stayed over at my place. We were curled under a blanket watching a movie, laughing, our shoulders touching. She turned and smiled at me, and something inside me changed. I noticed the curve of her lips, the way her skin flushed from the cold, the flutter of her lashes. My stomach knotted. I wanted to kiss her, but how could I explain that to my best friend? So I said nothing. I buried the feeling, convincing myself it was just a phase. But it wasn't. It grew stronger. While she dated boys, I feigned interest. I smiled through every story of first kisses and crushes, offering advice while my heart cracked a little more each time. I was too scared, too ashamed to tell her the truth, that I loved her. Years passed. We followed different career paths, but stayed close. Then one day she called. "I'm getting married," she said. My heart stopped. I forced myself to sound excited. I met Julian, a decent, kind man with perfect manners. The kind every mother dreams of for their daughter. And Camila loved him. I reminded myself of that every night. She asked me to be her maid of honor. I said yes, of course. I helped plan the wedding, every flower, every detail, every dress fitting. I was her right hand, even as each step toward the altar felt like a step away from her. Then, 5 days before the wedding, she asked me to stay the night. "Like when we were little," she said, smiling. We put on pajamas, made popcorn, and went through old photos, laughing at our fashion choices and silly teenage drama. But there was something different, an unspoken tension in the air. Suddenly, she went quiet. "Do you think I'm doing the right thing?" she asked. I froze. Her voice held fear, vulnerability, something I'd never heard from her before. "Julian is a good man," I replied, trying to stay neutral. "Yes, but with you, I feel like myself." Her words hit me like a thunderclap. "He doesn't know me like you do," she continued. "He doesn't know I hate cilantro or that I cry during sad commercials. He doesn't know I can't sleep unless someone strokes my hair." "I know," I said softly. "I know you do," she whispered. "That's why I'm scared." She laid her head on my shoulder. Her fingers brushed mine. I intertwined them without thinking. We didn't say another word. We just fell asleep like that, close, silent, heavy with things unsaid. The next day, we picked up her dress. She looked like a vision, elegant, glowing, uncertain. "How do I look?" she asked. "Beautiful," I said, though inside I wanted to tell her she looked like someone on the edge of a decision she couldn't take back. That night, the night before her wedding, she insisted we spend it together. One last night, she said. A symbolic goodbye. We drank wine, talked about everything and nothing. We avoided the one thing we both felt, the moment we hadn't acknowledged. Until the music stopped. She looked at me. "If this were our last night together, what would you do?" she asked. My heart stuttered. I didn't answer. My eyes did. She leaned in, touched my face, and then she kissed me. It wasn't rushed or passionate. It was soft, afraid, real. And for a second, the world held its breath. "I don't know what I'm doing," she whispered. "Me neither," I said. "But I don't want it to end." But mornings always come. When I woke, Camila was already up, standing in front of the mirror in her robe. Her eyes were distant. "It was a mistake," she finally said. That word shattered me. "Is that what you really think?" I don't know, she replied, but I'm getting married today. This shouldn't have happened. Then she looked at me, her voice quiet but steady. I need you with me, as a friend, like always. But it wasn't like always. Not anymore. I got dressed, left her house, and tried not to fall apart in public. At home, I stared at myself in the mirror. Who was I now? Her friend? Her mistake? At the church, everything was perfect. Camila walked down the aisle, radiant and fragile. Our eyes met. In hers, fear, regret, love. She hesitated, just for a moment. Then came the priest's words. I couldn't hear them. All I heard was the silence between us. And then she did the unthinkable. She turned, stepped back, looked at the crowd, looked at me, took a breath, and chose something else.